All right.
Hello, Ed. How are you today?
I'm just great. How about you?
Oh, I'm just tickled pink.
So, this is your first podcast.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
And so, can you give us a little background on what you're trying to do with this podcast, and what's the origin of it, etc.
Okay, the history of the Surfat Gym has about a 30-year history in Dolan Springs.
That's a newspaper, right?
Newspaper. It had a circulation of about 800 when I took it over a few years ago, and it was 17,000 when the recession got me. So we've always been stayed away from religion, politics, and crime, and it was just mostly good news and information.
Well, that's why you went out of business. They were so short of good news and.
Yeah, it didn't have enough violence.
There's hardly any good news nowadays. But now you've got it headed a new modern direction. You're going to make a podcast out of it.
Yes, it's basically the same principle. Doing interviews, mostly good news and information people can use in this part of the country in Kingman, Arizona, 86401. You want to look it up. And I'm just looking forward to this. I'm an old man now. I just want to do things I enjoy and interview people. That's my thing in life right now.
Well, it sounds like a worthy goal. What would be some of the things that are some of the issues that are important to people in the western Arizona region?
Well, just interviews with people just to get general information out. And
regarding water and
yes, that's like
recreational opportunities and
yes, like interview of the water company and police department and like our hospital. We have a wonderful hospital here that's nonprofit, and it's just interesting people like you, Ed.
Well, thanks.
I love your views on some subjects.
So the podcast, how long are the podcasts going to be?
It'll vary. I don't know how long we can even go on a podcast.
Well, I think you can go as long as you want. That's the rule.
Oh, okay. So we can talk all day and all night.
I suppose. If you've got the bandwidth, you can do it.
Oh.
Now, let me ask you this. How hot is it? That's another subject that's always important in western Arizona. How hot is it over there today?
Probably be in low hundreds, I would imagine. It's,
low hundreds.
It's fairly cool here. It's low humidity, of course, and
that's fairly cool. Low hundreds is fairly cool.
Well, yeah. And we're about 3,500 elevation here, so it's like down at Laughlin and so forth. It's boiling down there. But,
yeah, I heard it was 120 in Phoenix yesterday, I believe. That's not all that uncommon, I suppose.
Yeah, well, we used to live near Death Valley, so it just kind of, heat's nothing to me.
I heard that the Furnace Creek Inn had to close yesterday because it was too hot.
I heard that.
That's unusual. I think that was the first time they've ever closed for heat.
I believe so. I think it was a transformer or something blew.
Oh. Well, then it wasn't just for the heat.
Well, it was part of it. The other thing I'm really interested in here is retired vets. Vets that go in the military, maybe get out in about 10 years, and all they know is how to shoot a gun. And
Are there a lot of vets in that area?
Quite a few. And right now I'm concentrating on like the homeless, the vets. When they pass away, they see if they get a proper burial. A lot of times, I heard in L.A., a bunch of vets died who were homeless, and they just dug a hole and buried them all in there. So
like a potter's field.
Oh yeah, holes. Yeah, just dig a hole. So I'm kind of working on that, another vet's problems, and I'm starting to learn many of the rules. There are many, and get general information out. Kingman has a dead zone for information. There's no live radio. There's no live TV. We have a pretty good newspaper, but newspapers are kind of on the way out now. But
how can people contact you if they have questions about veterans' problems?
That'll be in upcoming interviews. I don't have that information right in front of me.
I see. Okay. All right. So we'll look out for that in the future.
Oh, yeah.
Well, my feeling is this is going to fill a much-needed niche in light of the news blackout in Kingman, as you mentioned. I mean, they do have unique issues around there. They have their own rattlesnakes.
Yeah.
They have their own rattlesnake species around there, don't they?
Oh, the Mojave Green.
Is that what they have up there?
Yeah, that's what we call them. I lived in Golden Springs, a nearby little community of Kingman, and 26 years, and I've seen a lot of rattlesnakes in this.
Yeah, I bet you have.
And this one, the Mojave Green, it has a green tinge to it, and they're aggressive. They'll come after you. Most snakes will get away from you, but
so they're not afraid of humans.
Oh no, I've had cowboys here. It's kind of a cowboy country here too. They'd come after you. One time we had a snake that was attacking our dogs, and I don't kill snakes here, but I had to kill this one. It was attacking us and the dog, and just kind of scary.
Well, you got to do what you got to do in a situation like that.
Yeah, they're just. I've only seen 3 or 4 of them over the years, but they're aggressive. Or can be when you can make them mad.
And what sort of recreational opportunities are around there? It's near the Grand Canyon, right?
Yeah, we're pretty close to Grand Canyon, not too far away. Very close to the Colorado River, like Lake Mead and Lake Mojave, and Las Vegas and such. And it's a lot of outdoor things you can do here. It's just open.
Of course, today would be a good day to go to the river, I suppose.
Oh, most definitely, definitely. And you get the mountains like Flagstaff. That's up in the mountains. That's pretty cool up there. It's about 90 up there today, I hear, which is hot for the mountains. But
well, Flagstaff has a lot of weather. I mean, it's just. Even though it's 90, it probably is going to have a thunderstorm today, right?
Not that I've heard. So usually late summer we get the monsoons, which can be pretty drenching at times, and kind of fun to be around. A lot of lightning and thunder and such.
That's the excitement.
Yeah, pretty much so here. Through a lot of retirees of Kingman. Kingman is a nice town. It's about 50,000. It's quiet.
That is a nice size.
There's no murders here to speak of that I've heard in a long time. It's pretty quiet.
So, when you in subsequent podcasts, when you if I wanted to find this podcast, where will it be posted?
Oh, let me get my tech guy here to.
Well, we'll be posting on 2 different sites. We're going to be posting on Facebook, and we're going to also be posting on YouTube, and possibly eventually get a Twitter account to also post on.
Is there a YouTube channel?
Yes, there is. It's currently not up, but as soon as we get our first video up, it will be open. It will be The New Surbat Gem.
One more time, please.
It would be The New Surbat Gem, and that's all you should have to be able to look up to find it.
And that's on YouTube.
Yes, sir.
Well, that's fantastic. All right. Well, I guess we've pretty much lit this candle.
Okay, and in the future, I'd sure like to interview you about things that you care about. And
I'll be looking forward to that myself. So anytime, just you
okay.
pick.
Okay, Ed.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Victor, and I'm going to be looking for your podcast. I probably will tune it in on YouTube. That's my go-to for those sort of things. A lot of people like different things, but YouTube is always there. They have a presence. So I wish you all the luck in the world, and I'll see you on YouTube.
Okay, and thank you for your help, Ed. I really appreciate it. We'll be talking to you.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, bye.
Now.